The latest. Thank you for your love and support. I appreciate you all. Are we seeing a new AES member? Is Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso alliance expanding and Ecowas losing more of its members? The president of Togo, Gnassingbé Yadama, visited Russia. Oh, he was well received in Russia. And they've talked about how Russia will open its embassy in Togo. And there's something that the president of Togo said that I am so excited about. According to him, he's so thankful to Putin for protecting Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso. Because hadn't been Putin, what we are seeing in Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso would have been a thing of the past. And the people that are fighting us will do everything possible to make sure that Africa, we do not get the freedom that we are looking for. But with Putin, we are seeing that these people are untouchable. And now, Putin has also given Togo the responsibility to take care of Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso. Mali is lacking a lot of things, AES, like access to the sea. Is ECOWAS losing its members to AES because Togo is a big P? And if Togo could move to form a new alliance and recognize that it is because of Russia, that is why we are seeing Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso doing wonders. And all the plots that they are plotting against them aren't succeeding, then that should tell us that our leaders know exactly what to do. But why they are not doing it is a big question we have been asking ourselves. And if Togo is moving to Russia, is Gnassingbé ready to be a leader to protect his people? The president also talked about how they are training the Togolese in Russia. Russia is the one that is always with us when we are in need. This is not a nation that is telling us what we should do, who we should partner with, trying to control us anyhow.
And I would like to thank you in advance for everything you do for our brothers in Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso who are on the front line in this fight.
Honorable Prime Minister, dear friends, allow me to warmly welcome you to Moscow. This is not the first time we have met, but I would like to point out that this year we have already celebrated 65 years of establishment. Diplomatic. Although it is not clear that this time we did not open the door. And we were surprised about this. We will open embassies in both countries next year. And yet, despite the absence of embassies, our trade and economic activity continues to develop. It is developing at a generally good pace. Of course, the volume is still modest for our countries, but the trend is good. And I very much hope that after the opening in embassy facilities, and after the Intergovernmental Commission begins work, we will be able to do everything on both sides to ensure that the process, this trend, not only to maintain, but also. As far as humanitarian relations are concerned, they are concentrated mainly now in. And we are convinced that this is a very important issue. Here, several hundred. Are studying in Russia, over 80 are on our budget basis. And we are talking about this. This is a talismanic, gentle person. I am sure that they will make a significant contribution to the development of their company in the future. Honorable Minister, please allow me to warmly welcome you once again.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. President. I would like to begin by expressing my gratitude to the people accompanying me on my own behalf for the invitation you have extended to us and, above all, for the welcome we have received. We are very happy to be here in Moscow and we hardly feel the cold. The welcome is so warm. The President said that the two countries have established diplomatic relations for a long time. This is, I think, a new stage will be marked by, as you said, but I believe that education, which is, let's say, the sector that has perhaps survived a period of calm in our relations, often finds that we have the sense of being a priority, more important today than education for the life of the country. So we thank you for having maintained the presence of Togolese students and young Togolese because in today's world, technology is important and in this area, it is education that can make the difference. We hope that with the opening of the embassies, we will do better in this area and in many other areas. We come from a region, Mr. President, as you know, that is at the crossroads of terrorism. So security is important to you and I would like to thank you in advance for everything you do for our brothers in Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso who are on the front line in this fight. But this fight also concerns you because if the dam of these 7 trays, it is we ourselves who will be affected. So what you do for these 3 countries, you also do for the entire region. And I would like to say thank you on behalf of my region and express your gratitude.
This is a country with history that hasn't colonized us. And we've seen that when Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso took office, they have been there to protect our all in us. And they're giving us the training that we need to be able to change the resources into finished goods. We don't have the know-how as to what to do with our resources, and that is why other people come into the continent and take advantage of the resources, and they make sure that they give us the education that wouldn't equip us with the skills that we can use to transform these resources into something beneficial, because they always want to have a ready market where Africa we will export these resources in the raw form so that they will turn it into finished goods and sell it to us. Ours is just to receive and not to put our heads to work. It's like them telling us that we can just sit there and relax. We shouldn't stress ourselves, waste our time of thinking. They will do the thinking, then they'll bring everything to us. We should just sit there and relax. And this is not helping Africa because we need to also have the know-how as to what to use our resources for. Look at these people coming into the continent to carry the resources, turn them into things that even we need, and when we are even buying them, they tell us the things that they think that we need and not what we need. So if we have the knowledge, all these things wouldn't be happening. But Russia isn't a nation that is controlling Africa in this regard, and we are expecting that all our leaders will move to the direction that these people will be there to help us and see us as equal partners and not as inferior beings, because this is how we have always been in the sight of these people. That was why France even came out to tell Niger that they don't have the right to sell the uranium to Russia, because if they should do, it will empower Russia and they will lose their power in the Sahel, and not what will interest or benefit the African. Always whatever these people do is their interest, what they are going to benefit out of it, and not what will benefit the African. So Africa, we know where our problems lie. We know why we are not moving forward as a continent and as a people. If we want to see a different dimension in Africa, we need to move away from the old ways of doing things into another form, because with this partnership with these people, it doesn't even allow us to trade more among ourselves. We are always trading more with these people, and which is not helping Africa. Look at the borders that these people have imposed on us, making sure that the African is not able to move freely. They are always doing things that will divide us and not what will keep us united. But Russia hasn't been that way towards us ever since we came in contact with these people. So we need to move away from these people and form new alliance. And anytime that Africa we are trying to form new alliance, we see them coming to tell us that these people are bad, always trying to present themselves to be the good people before us. But we know that these people have never had our interests at heart. Anytime they talked about taking care of the African, it means that they are benefiting from it. But these people will never come in to help us stand on our own. They are the ones that are always coming into the continent to take out the brilliant ones and to change them into whatever to suit themselves. So Africa, we need to rise to move away from the people that are not making us to rise by ourselves. Russia is the one that is teaching us how to stand on our own. Look at the way they are training the Malians, the Burkinabes, and the Nigerians in order to get the knowledge that they can use to transform a lot of things. Like Captain Ibrahim Traore visited Russia and told the President Putin that we need technology. We need to equip ourselves in things like this and to have better educational system that can train us, to equip us with the knowledge that we need to be able to do things on our own. And this is what we need. Our leaders in the democratic elected always sit down for people to come and be donating. This is not what we need, because we have the resources that we need to take care of ourselves. Look at even the resources that we have in Congo alone can take care of Africa and even these people. So why are we still the ones that are presenting ourselves as poor people? Because this is how they want us, so they can have access to the natural resources all the time. If we have people that are ready to work with us and see us as equal partners, then it is high time we move away from the people that are setting us backwards to these people, so we can have power to control what is on our soil. We don't control anything in Africa here. Other people decide what we should do. That is why anytime they ask us to do something and we refuse, we see sanctions on us, because they always want the African to be where they want Africa to be. And this is not the time for us to continue to allow ourselves in that manner. We have every right as a people to do things that we think is best for us and not what is best for other people. And we don't have to continue to allow other people to be doing what they are doing to us. And if the president of Togo, Sungbe Yadama, has seen the way, we expect that when he goes there and he's finally back to Togo, he will do the needful and stop being a dictator to his people, because the people in Togo are sick and tired of all the things that they are going through. We need leaders. If you are praising Putin for doing all these amazing things for the people in Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso, we expect you to also learn the leadership style and how these people are living with their citizens. We are the only ones that can set ourselves free. United we stand, divided we fall, and united we keep standing forever and ever. The greatest enemy of the African is mental slavery. So let's decolonize ourselves from mental slavery. Let's keep sharing to educate our brothers and sisters. Together we make African great for ourselves and the next generations that are going to come. So that's the latest around the world, in Africa, West Africa, and in Togo.